Well, we are heading into an absolutely beautiful weekend. Couldn't be prettier with all the sunshine and temperatures moving up into the, moving right on through the mid-80s, right up into the upper 80s. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls on all ships at sea, and cars and trucks up and down Interstate 5, and especially those out on Highway 62. Tim Elbert from the Four Seasons Nursery is with us here today, taking all of your questions. And Tim, nice to see you, bud. How you doing?
Doing great.
Whoa, you brought in something here that is beautiful.
I couldn't pass bringing this up. This is a beautiful bougainvillea called Raspberry Ice, and it has these beautiful hot pink. These are actually bracts that are on here. That's not actually the flower. The flower is a little tiny white thing on the inside, but it's the colorful bracts that we love on these beautiful tropical vines.
I've never seen a bougainvillea with the light-colored leaves. Is that typical?
No, most of them are dark green.
Yeah.
This is a variegated form, and it's an excellent one for containers because it stays nice and tight and compact. And it will trail, like, you know, all bougainvilleas are vines, so it will climb and trail and things like that too. But you don't see that as much with this one as you do with some of the others.
All right.
And it makes it great for containers.
It smells so wonderful in here. All right, and out in front of us here we have a...
This is a Gaillardia. This one is Gallo Yellow. They come in several different colors, but this one, of course, bright yellow flowers, daisy-like flowers on that. And it is a gorgeous perennial that's going to bloom all summer long. And so this is going to be our giveaway today.
All right. We're going to give away this plant today, so be looking out for it. And here's what you do. You just give us a call with any question you may have about what's going on in your yard. And the phone number is 776-5368, 776-5368. And let us know. Your name will go in the hat, and somebody at the end will win this
Gaillardia.
Gaillardia.
There you go.
Can't read that far away. Gaillardia. Okay. Well, Tim, we've had a fairly mild spring, but all of a sudden it's going to get hot this weekend. Yes.
Yeah, and that's nice. Get a little sunshine out there, warm up that soil, get the gardens going a little faster, set a few fruit on those tomato plants, that kind of thing. I think it's going to be nice.
All right, so what's the biggest bug problem we got going on right now?
Well, you know, there's been a few sightings of the spotted cucumber beetle. They look like a ladybug, only green. Those are gonna be probably attacking the squashes and cucumbers and things like that in the vegetable garden, so you want to watch out for that. Also, the aphids have been going crazy with some of the new growth. So really watch the aphids at this point, and look at that right, especially on the very tips of the new growth. They're going to be coming out.
All right, let me take some calls, and let's get your name in the hat. Somebody's going to win this beautiful plant here, the Gaillardia. Is that right?
Yes.
Hey, said it right. Hi, Stephanie. What's going on?
I have a couple roses in my rose garden that have black spot, and they're just really small, and I'm afraid they're going to ruin all the other roses. Should I just dig them up and start over with those two?
Well, you know, you can get control of that black spot on those roses. Use the Fertilome liquid systemic fungicide.
Okay.
I would apply that about once every week or so for 3 to 4 good applications. And that should stop that from happening. Hit them up with some good fertilizer, and they should take off and do really well. If after that they still don't look good, then consider yanking them out and putting something in.
Okay.
But watch your other plants. Make sure that that's not spreading. It can spread.
It started spreading to the one next door to it, and it's like, oh gosh. But I will do the fungicide diligently.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, hit all the ones that are around too, so that they don't get it as well.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Stephanie. All right, 776-5368. Tim Elbert's in the house taking your questions. Diane, hi. What's going on?
My mother has a redwood tree in her front yard, and it's dropping the pine cones. And I want to get a sprout off the pine cones, but I don't know how to do that.
Well, first of all, if you have a redwood that has pine cones, you're in deep trouble because they would have redwood cones, not pine cones.
Redwood cones.
We want to see that tree real quick.
Yeah,
you may have one in a million.
Well, you should, because it's worth a bunch of money if it's got that, huh?
Yeah. No, the inside those cones are the seeds, and so you can kind of dissect a cone and find those seeds and plant those seeds.
Oh, you don't have to burn them or something?
Nope, not on a redwood.
No.
Cool.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay,
You're welcome.
Diane. All right, let's go to Peggy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. My question was, we had some soil brought in from biomass, and we planted our lemon cucumbers and some other things in it. The lemon cucumber plants, the leaves are turning more to the white side.
Right.
Is there something I can do to counteract that?
Well, that's generally caused by the weather that we've had this last week, with the cooler weather. They really don't like that. And so with this warmer weather coming up, they should pull out of that. Some new growth should come on with some nice dark green. Be careful not to overwater them. If the root system gets too wet, they can rot very quickly. So some sunshine and just a moderate amount of water, and they should take off and still recover from that.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
All right, thank you. All right, phone number is 776-5368, and Tim Elbert's in the house taking your questions. And when you call in, your name's going to go in the hat for this beautiful
Gaillardia.
Gaillardia. I got to take that little thing out of there.
There you go.
These guys don't like me moving this around. If I have this here, I can read. It was too far away. Gaillardia, it's a blanket flower,
Yes.
perennial,
Yes.
and it's yellow.
Yes. Very
Well,
good.
good. 3 out of 3. I'm doing all right. Anyway, when you call in, your name's going in the hat for that. And Tim has got the Four Seasons Nursery out on Crater Lake Highway. Beautiful out there. I was in the nursery the other day. It's just looking gorgeous. Your flowers, everything you got going out there. Those baskets are elegant. They're just all over the place.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
And I did see a few kind of around for sale.
There are. Yes, there are a few.
Which
here
I was
and there.
surprised to see.
Yeah.
But I guess there's a few left, huh?
Yeah, we've got a new greenhouse manager this year.
Yeah.
And so he's been very diligent in trying to keep us into baskets.
Ah.
So he's doing a great job.
All right. So anyway, if you have any questions, give us a call, 776-5368, about what you should be doing in your yard this weekend, because we're finally going to get some warm weather. From what I can see, the long-range weather forecaster that I am not, it looks like we're going to be in the 80s for a while. So that's going to warm things up pretty fast. Things are going to dry out fast, so we've got to look at the watering patterns.
Right. Watch your watering. Make sure that you are putting enough water down, and you may have to increase how often you're watering. In these last couple of weeks, I've cut back on my watering. Now I'm looking at bringing that back up and increasing that again. So really, really pay attention to that.
What about overhead watering of your vegetables? Is that any good?
It's okay. There are a few things that prefer not to be, but it's perfectly acceptable to overhead water. But you really want to do that in the mornings, because then it gives them a chance through the day to dry out on their foliage, and they don't go into the cooler nighttime temperatures with the moisture on the foliage. The longer that moisture stays on the foliage, the greater chances of fungus development. So we keep that off. So do that watering in the morning, give them a chance to dry out before evening.
All right. Give us a call, 776-5368, if you have any questions for Tim. Hi, Cindy. What's going on? You want to replace some shrubs?
Yes, there's some kind of cedar-type shrubs that are like 10 feet tall, 4 feet wide. They've been pruned, but they're pretty ugly. They've got dead things in them. And they're on the west side of the house, so I know that it gives some shade to the house, but we're going to cut those down.
Okay.
And I'm just looking for suggestions for replacement.
So you're looking for something kind of tall and narrow?
Yeah, it can be wider than the 4 feet. Doesn't have to be, it kind of the size of the house, the height of the house, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Well, there's quite a few things that you could put in there, but one thing that has come in recently that I think looks really nice are the sky pencil holly. It's a type of Japanese holly. It has a small leaf about the size of a boxwood, and they're very, very dark green. The plant is kind of upright shaped, so it has this almost a columnar look. It is very, very dense and thick, so it's a really nice little plant. Good texture to it, so that's a beautiful plant. You could use that as a backdrop, and in front of that, if you've got a little extra room, You can put in some beautiful summer blooming flowers. Any of the for instance, the Gaillardia that we're giving away, that could go in front of that, along with maybe some of the cone flowers. Just got a fresh shipment of cone flowers in several different varieties, and they are looking very, very nice right now.
Now, the holly that you were talking about you said it was sort of a column. Does it spread out at all, or?
They're pretty tight column. Yeah,
Okay.
they get about 2 feet wide, maybe 3 feet wide, and they get about 6 to 8 feet tall.
Okay.
So that would give you enough room in front of them to step down into something and give a little dimension to the rest of that area.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hey, thanks, Cindy. All right, 776-5368. Tim Elbert's in the house, and somebody's going to get this Gaillardia. It's a beautiful yellow. How big does that get?
They get about 2 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, and bloom all summer,
Wow.
which is really nice. They make great cut flowers. You can bring them inside.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on it, but I believe they're deer resistant as well.
Okay, I won't quote you on that.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have this beautiful bougainvillea in the house here. This is a different variety because it has a kind of a variegated type leaf. I had never seen one with the light edges like that. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, these guys love the heat, and with the warmer weather, I thought this is going to be a great one to bring in and show off.
And they take off. They just go.
Yep. Yeah.
And they'll climb and go.
They'll climb and go. They're great on the patio. They already come in a nice decorative pot, so you can just take it, set it on the patio, and you've got instant color right there on a nice hot patio.
Right.
So you got company coming over. You want to dress up the patio. Here we go.
All right. Good morning to you. Let's go to Teresa. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Terry. How are you guys this morning?
Hey, doing fine. Well, you haven't got a good weed killer?
No, I don't. I know so many people can get down and pull those weeds, but in my case, I can't. So I've got roses and bulbs and some ground cover plants, and then I got all these horrible weeds growing in between everything. Is there something I can do?
Well, there is a spray that you can put on that will kill grasses and grass-like plants without killing your plants. That's called high-yield grass killer, believe it or not. But anyways, it works very good for killing that grass in other plants. But you've got to watch it around your bulbs because bulbs are grasses. So you've got to be careful around those. And then as far as broadleaf weeds go, around your plants, there is nothing selective.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so really what you've got to do in that situation is just, pay a per weed price or something to have the kids get out there and yank them out.
There's a lot of kids looking for summer work. Okay. Hey, thank you, Cindy. All right, let's go to Lindy. Hi, Lindy. What you want to take out your grass?
I do. We live in an urban area. We have a well. And our well doesn't produce enough water to water the grass and the flower beds. And I'm a flower girl. And so I'm trying to think of something that I can do to replace the areas of grass that is drought tolerant.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of great drought tolerant plants that you can use for a lawn substitute. Two of my favorites. One of them is ice plant. The Cooper's ice plant is beautiful right now. It has kind of lavender pink flowers on it. They cover the whole plant. It's a kind of a ground cover, and they'll bloom all summer long. So that's a really nice one. You could use that as a grass substitute. Also, a little tighter and smaller is the woolly thyme, and I've seen the woolly thyme growing in very large areas, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It's kind of got a dusty blue-green foliage, and then in June it produces a little pinkish flower, very, very tiny. The thyme is a real tight, low one, and you could walk on that, and it would be just fine. The ice plant, probably not want to walk on that. It gets a little squishy.
Oh, that was going to be my question. I have grandkids, and they like to play on the grass, so that's the quandary. We were talking about putting in artificial turf, but that's expensive.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Lindy.
All right. Thanks so much.
Okay. Bye-bye. Tim Albert's with us, and taking your phone calls when you do. Your name goes in a hat for this. Where is it here? Oh, say it again.
Gaillardia.
Gaillardia.
Yes. Blanket flower.
A blanket flower. It's a perennial. It's nice. It's yellow. Anyway, your name will go in the hat for that. Give us a call, 776-5368, and we'll be right back.
Airport, the only name you need to know.
This is the second car we bought at Airport.
Of course I check prices online, and that's how I know I got a great deal.
We bought our car here because they cared about our needs.
I don't need to shop other dealerships because I know I get a good deal at Airport.
It's a Grange Co-op kind of day. One well on its way before that first cup of coffee. Where sporting goods are just that, sporting and good. Family members have 4 legs, and sometimes 2. Where your backyard is their favorite, and a helping hand comes.
We can help.
Naturally. It's your home, your neighborhood, and a Grange Co-op kind of day.
Hey you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Why are you still sitting on that couch? You know you could be out there cooking for a living. You speak food. That's why you got to call Le Cordon Bleu. They'll help get you out there with training in less time than you think. Sounds good, right? So grab your phone right now and call Le Cordon Bleu. They'll send you a complimentary career guide so you can see what it's really like to work in the culinary arts.
Call 1-800-761-0650 or text GOLCB25 to 94576. Call or text now.
Did you call yet?
Hello and welcome to the Marriage Course.
Love always means making a sacrifice for the sake of another.
Michelle, age 10, replied, "It is never okay to kiss a boy. They always slobber all over you."
We'll be looking at how any of us can build a healthy marriage, whether you've been together a short time or for many years.
The Marriage Course, Wednesdays at 9 and Fridays at 8 on the Dove TV.
There's only one dealership I'd recommend, and that's Airport.
Airport supports our community, and that's why I support them. This is the second car I bought here because of the great service.
Being from Gold Beach, it's real helpful that the service department's open on Saturdays.
Airport, the only name you need to know.
Okay, we're back. Tim Elbert, yep, he heads up the Four Seasons Nursery, and as you go out to out Highway 62 and you get off on Vilas Road and go up just a little bit, you'll see it there. He's brought in the studio with us today, those watching on the Dove TV, a beautiful bougainvillea. This is incredible. And the actual flower is that little thing in the middle.
Yeah, the little white, small little white flower in the center. There'll be several of them. Looks like there's 3 of them.
And what will it do? Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so the flower is really kind of ho-hum, but those colorful bracts, I mean, those are fluorescent. They're just really, really nice. That's, I don't know what you call that, hot pink.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And the variegated leaves really offset it. So this thing will take the heat and you could trellis it. It'll just go up. Everybody that calls in, your name's going in a hint for this Garlardia. It is a beautiful yellow flower that grows up to about 2 feet or so, and it's like a blanket flower. All right, let's go to the phone calls. Get people on the line here. Hi, Robin. What's going on with your lavender?
Hello. Well, I don't have any yet, but I want to ask about it.
Okay.
I heard that lavender helps to repel mosquitoes. Is that true?
Yeah, we've done a little test with that this year. The girls have been taking little pieces of lavender and paper clipping them to their clothes to keep the mosquitoes away. Seems to be working pretty good. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so my other question is, can you grow them in pots?
Oh yeah, lavender does great in containers.
Super. Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And boy, do they grow.
They do.
But they're beautiful.
Yeah, and they're getting ready to bloom. This is their time.
Yeah, well, some of ours are already blooming, and a lot yet to bloom. But boy, the bees love them.
Yeah,
and
the deer don't.
And the deers don't, and they smell wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, hi Terry, what's up?
Hi, my husband's the gardener, not me, but I've wanted him to grow blueberries, and in the past I think he's tried a couple times and hasn't had much luck. We live in the Applegate, but he grows really good raspberries and other berries, so I was wondering the trick to blueberries.
Well, with blueberries, you really got to have a very acidic soil, and so mixing some fresh sawdust in with your soil, top dressing with some fresh sawdust, adding some acid fertilizer such as the Spoma Hollytone fertilizer into that'll help out. And then you can also bring a sample of your soil in, let us test the pH, then we can tell you kind of how to correct it if it needs to be corrected.
Oh, okay.
But then also blueberries, they are, in this valley, they tend to burn a bit in the summertime. And so I recommend with people that they put them in a spot where they're going to get a little afternoon shade. And they seem to do very well that way. Now, I know that there are blueberry fields in Grants Pass. And so I would assume that in the Applegate you could do the same, keeping them out in the sun and be okay. But if you are getting some foliage burn or you're having a tough time, try them in a little afternoon shade, see if that helps.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And they have to be trellised, so to speak.
Not the blueberries. They're more of a shrub, so they're going to stand up on their own.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. And by the way, we love blueberry pie here. Just thought I'd let you know that. We just think it's really neat. In fact, we have the vanilla ice cream to go with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there you go. All right, 776-5368. Get your name in the hat. Hi, Bob. What's going on?
I am having something eating the leaves on my lemon cucumber, and they're looking like lace doilies now. I don't know what's eating it and how to control it.
Oh, well, I just about can guarantee you that's either earwigs or the spotted cucumber beetle. And so probably, a good spray application with a pyrethrin. Let's see, the Fertilome Triple Action Plus would work pretty good for that. You want to catch it at night, though. Go out there with the flashlight after dark. And that's when you want to get out there and spray. I know it's crazy, but they're feeding at night, and that's when you want to hit them. Now, there is another way you can get those under control, and that is using a product called a diatomaceous earth. And you can dust the plants with a diatomaceous earth, and as long as you don't get them wet after that, then that will keep those bugs off of them. So if you're watering with a drip system, or if you can keep the overhead water off for a few days, use that diatomaceous earth, and you'll have pretty good success with that.
Thank you, Tim.
All right, thank you. Boy, there's a lot of experience there. All right, 776-5368 is the phone number, and when you call in, somebody's going to win this Gaillardia coming up at the end of the program. It's a beautiful yellow plant that will bloom all summer, and it gets up about 2.5 feet tall.
About 2 feet.
Yep.
Yeah,
cool.
And wide, yeah.
There you go. All right. Hi, Jan. What's up?
Yes, diatomaceous earth works, but it'll kill earthworms, too.
Yeah, I like to just dust the plant with it, and that seems to work pretty good without getting it all over into the soil on the worms, yeah.
Yeah, I have a problem with cucumber beetles also, and they're mostly those striped ones with the little tan heads. I mean, there'll be 50 on one little plant.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just horrible, and we're organic gardeners.
Yeah.
So
Again, the pyrethrin at night. Get your night vision goggles and your camo paint. Go to war.
And also, I wanted to ask about Swiss chard. A lot of my leaves seem to be burned. And what causes that? Is that overhead watering?
No, probably not. That'd be one I'd have to see what's going on. The burning on the foliage could be, it's probably more environmental than anything else, but there also could be some fungus going on there. So I'd want to see a sample of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jan. All right. 776-5368 is the phone number if you want to get your name in the hat and have Tim help you with your gardening questions. And hi, Marie. You want to talk about transplanting roses?
Yes, I was just given 3 or 4. A friend was remodeling his house, and he had to dig these up and asked me if I'd take them. And so now, what's the best way to get them back into the ground?
Dig a hole.
Yeah. I can have help with that, that's for sure.
I'm sorry, Marie. I'll get him counseling after the show. I'm sorry.
All right.
I think it's anger management or something like that.
No, they're pretty easy to transplant this time of year. So just dig a good size hole, big enough to accommodate all the roots. Gently put them in. You don't want to break the roots up or anything like that. Just put them in the ground. Water them in. Use a little root stimulator to help reduce shock on them. and then enjoy them. They should take off.
Okay, do I cut down the foliage at all?
Now, were they dug out of the ground?
Yes.
Oh, then yes. Yeah, you want to cut them back. Cut them back pretty far. I wouldn't keep them more than a foot and a half tall.
Okay. All right, terrific.
All right, thanks, Marie. All right, let's go to Darlene. She's got a suggestion about black spots. Is that right, Darlene?
Right.
What is it?
Well, you might try planting some garlic with your roses. It seems to keep the black spot from forming. And I know I had garlic with my roses for years and never had a problem with them. And then my daughter decided she didn't like the garlic there, and now they have black spots.
Wow. Well, I've never heard that one, but, you know, it keeps vampires away, so, hey.
It might work. It's worth a try anyway.
It's good to keep all the bad things away.
Besides that, you can harvest the garlic and use it, too.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Thanks, Darlene.
Thank you.
Okay, 776-5368 if you want to join the conversation. Why do people who have wineries at the end of the vineyard row, they have roses?
They do that because they look pretty.
Oh, I thought it was some kind of a bug thing.
Nope. It's there. They just do it because it looks nice. You know, vineyards are all about image.
Okay, well, scratch that question. And the other one was at the little strawberry stands. Sometimes I see garlic at the end of the rows. Is that a bug thing? I mean, you know how they go in and they have the big tall stalks on them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that could be. That might be. I'll have to research that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know. Good. I stumped him. I get the T-shirt. All right. 776-5368, and let us know what's on your mind about what's going on in the yard. Your name will go on the hat for this Gaillardia, and it is beautiful. It's yellow. It's still got a lot of blooming to go, and be a nice flower to have all around all summer. Does that take the heat?
Yes. They love the sunshine and the heat. They're great as a perennial border along a fence line or something like that. In mass plantings, they're just absolutely gorgeous. And they come in an orange and a red color too that are very, very pretty.
Okay, there you go. And this beautiful bougainvillea, it's going to bloom all summer long, loves the heat, and you can leave it right in that pot. So the root system is okay with that size of pot, huh?
Yes, yeah.
And that thing will just go crazy.
Absolutely.
So you can put it out in the heat. You could even put some stakes on it, have it go up and go out. If you want to go up a trellis with it, you could do that. That is so pretty. It's such a different color. So.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still getting mushrooms in my lawn after I treated it with lime and something else and something else. I can't remember what I did.
You tried the F-stop?
That was application before last.
Okay.
So and I have the ring thing.
Yeah, and you're still having the ring.
Ring and the little mushroom, and and they pop up real fast.
Right.
And so I push them over, but I thought, well, man, have I just spreading the seed around?
No, if you catch them before they go into their spore stage, then you're fine. That'll stop. However, if they do get into the spore stage, I don't care if you pick them, how careful you are. Those spores are finer than dust.
Really?
And they're spreading spores everywhere.
So what's the spore stage? When it dries out?
Well, on that mushroom, typically, if you look on the underside of the mushroom, if you can see those little fins, gills almost, then it's in the spore stage.
Okay. Oh, well, I'll keep fighting it. Hey, give us a call, 776-5368. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with your phone calls with Tim Elbert from the Four Seasons Nursery. They're open from 8 to 6-ish.
Yes.
7 days a week. And you go out Highway 62, you can't miss it. Beautiful. We'll be right back.
I've been riding my bike for over 11 years. Well, not constantly, but a lot. And even volunteer in the annual Mountain Lakes Challenge. But getting there, I'm taking my Subaru. I use my Subaru for everything, especially getting my bike safely up the mountains for long rides, which is why I got rid of my hybrid and bought a Subaru. I'm Sarah, and that's what makes a Subaru my Subaru.
Visit SOSubaru.com and tell us what makes a Subaru your Subaru.
Southern Oregon Subaru on Biddle Road, Medford.
Hi, I'm Tim the Timinator from Four Seasons Nursery. Thank you for watching and supporting the Dove and Christian Broadcasting. Like the folks at the Dove, we at Four Seasons value honesty, integrity, and quality. So if you're looking for great garden products such as vegetables, flowers, shrubs, or trees, come by and check us out. I'm sure you'll find the success you're looking for.
Four Seasons Nursery, half a mile north of Vilas Road on Crater Lake Avenue.
Medford Construction, a leader in the construction industry. From concept to completion, we will deliver to you the highest quality workmanship at the lowest price possible. Our design build team will complete your project on time and on budget. Give us a call for an evaluation on making your home more user-friendly for special needs and the elderly. For great prices without sacrificing quality, give Medford Construction a call or visit us at medfordconstruction.com.
There's one place you can go every morning for the latest information and weather. It's 11:30 now past the hour. We got some rain out there and heavy snow through the mountain passes.
Throughout the morning, we get your viewpoint on the world.
We've got the latest local and national news every quarter hour. Well, in our news headlines today, there's optimism that home prices may stabilize.
And all the latest from the world of sports.
Get your day off to a great start.
Mornings on the Dove.
Every weekday from 6 a.m.
It's the best way to start your day. Well, we're talking plants and flowers and lawns and bugs and spraying and everything. We have a beautiful Gaillardia here in the studio that's going to go to somebody here in a few moments. So when you call in, your name's going in a hat for a drawing for that. Behind me is a very different bougainvillea. It's got a variegated leaf to it. I've always seen it with the dark. I've never seen the light-colored leaf. So it really makes the flower just bounce out. Boy, it's just beautiful. And both of these will take the sun, the heat, and they'll grow and go all summer long. So should be something you may want to consider when you go out to the Four Seasons Nursery. All right, Tim, let's get back to the questions. And hi, Stephanie.
Hello, it's me again.
Yeah.
The bougainvillea, is it going to die this winter?
Well, it could die sooner if you don't take good care of it.
No, I know. It's not...
But it is not winter hardy. To answer your question, it is not winter hardy in our climate, so you would have to bring it in. So we recommend keeping it in a container. And
yeah,
then,
I do that every year with mandeville's. And,
oh, yeah.
And, yeah, they die. So not so good on that yet. But thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So can you bring it into a greenhouse?
Yeah, a greenhouse or a bright sunny room indoors.
Yeah.
And then you just want to make sure over the winter you keep it dry. They don't like much water.
All right. Yeah. Hi, Tib. What's up?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Quick question for you. Have some roses that didn't get cut back in January, February. Oh. Can I hack those things down? And then I have an aspen tree in the backyard, and I got sprouts. Can I do something aside from cutting the tree down?
Did you call for advice or sympathy?
You've got a mess. On those roses, if you cut them way back now, like you would normally do for your, in the winter time, then you're going to suffer some real setbacks on those roses. So I don't recommend it. I have recommended it in the past for people who were having trouble with their roses.
Yeah,
and so
just overgrowth.
Yeah, so theoretically, yes, you could cut them way back. They'll recover from that. They'll grow up. They'll still bloom. But it's going to really set them back. So it's probably better just to hang on to them and watch them and prune them. When you prune the dead flowers off, prune them back a little heavier than what you normally would, and that'll help keep them under control. And then of course, start in again in the fall with your cleanup pruning. As far as the aspen goes, aspens are going to send up shoots everywhere regardless of what you do. So that's just the way they are. The aspens are a type of poplar, and their root systems are shallow and aggressive, and they do send up a lot of suckers and come up all over the place. Cutting down the tree will make that happen more. So removing the tree and the roots will help, but otherwise expect that you're going to have a grove of aspens.
Aspen trees, great.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
All right, thanks, Tib. All right. Hi, Betty. What's going on with your lavender?
Well, I have lavender, but I would like to know at what stage can I pick the little tops to make like a sash, when you dry them and keep them for...
Oh, sure.
Melon.
Well, as soon as those things show color, then you can go ahead and harvest. You want them to be, you got to look real closely at the flowers and make sure that the flowers are full open, but before they start to fall off. And there's a little teeny tiny flower inside that cluster.
Right.
And if you look real closely at that, you want to make sure those aren't drying and falling off. That gets a little bit too late. But as soon as they are full color, then you can go ahead and cut them, bundle them together, turn them upside down, and dry them. And they do very nicely that way.
Good. Thank you.
You're
Another
welcome.
question that triggered when somebody asked about spraying for the earwigs. I have it on some new basil plants I just put out. They're eating them quite voraciously.
Yes.
Will it hurt since we eat the basil leaf? Does that matter just on those early leaves to spray it with the triple action?
No, it won't hurt at all. So
Okay.
you can use the triple action. But I would almost suggest on the basil using a bait instead.
Okay.
The Sluggo Plus works really good. Just sprinkle that around the base of them, and that will kill off those earwigs. And it's pet safe too. So.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, Betty.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, let's go to Cindy. Hi, Cindy. What's going on with your grapevines?
Hi. Is it too late to prune back or to cut off a few grapevines?
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, just train them. Just if they're getting too long, you can just wrap them around and train them back on themselves, and they'll be fine that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, thank
welcome.
you. All right,
Bye-bye.
776-5368. Get your name in the hat. Somebody's going to win this beautiful yellow gaillardia, and could be you. It's going to go at somebody's house. It's going to bloom all summer long, beautiful yellow. So our phone number is 776-5368. Tim Elbert here from the Four Seasons Nursery, open from 8 to 6. You go on Highway 62, get off on Vilas Road, and you can't miss it as you get up to the nursery there with all kinds of features. You got water features, you got trees. Plants.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff, and we just got a beautiful load of flowers and things out of California. So a real nice selection of. There's some. I was going to bring in one of the double talk daylilies, but I figured for a talk show, double talk was not good.
No, well, I don't know.
But anyways, it's a double daylily, so it's a bright golden yellow flower,
Wow.
and it's like a flower inside of a flower.
Really?
Yeah, and they're beautiful. So those just came in. All the new cone flowers have come in, and there's one called Pow Wow Wild Berry, and the flowers are kind of the color of this bougainvillea here. Big daisy flower, and they just produce a lot of flowers on a little bit more compact of a plant. So it's a gorgeous brand new one, and there's several others, some really nice compact varieties as well. There's some that they weren't quite blooming enough. I thought about bringing those too, but they're just starting. Blooms are just coming on those, and they are yellow, orange, and kind of a burnt red, all on the same plant. And beautiful cone
and
flowers.
they'll go all summer?
Yeah, all summer long, deer
All right.
resistant.
There you go.
Nice plants.
All right. Hi, Brian. What's going on with your crabgrass?
I got crabgrass, I think. I think that's what it's kind of a heavy bladed grass, and it grows in bunches, throughout the lawn.
Yeah.
There's several of them. I've tried weed and feed. That doesn't seem to whack them very good.
No, that's not going to work at all. You need a product called Weed Out with Q. And the Q stands for quinclorac, which is the active ingredient that kills off that crabgrass.
Okay.
So get that in and apply it on. You want it on the lawn on a nice day when we're going to be up over 80 degrees. So it looks like we're going to have that kind of temperatures this coming week. Spray that on there. It will kill off the weeds without killing your lawn. So that's handy.
Right. And you don't spot spray them, or just spray the whole lawn?
I would spray the whole lawn. It'll kill all the other weeds too.
Okay.
So spray the whole lawn with it, and then no water for at least 24 hours after you spray it.
Okay. All right, we'll do.
All right, thanks.
You
Thanks,
bet.
Brian.
Bye.
All right, 776-5368. Tim Elbert's in the house. Hi, Tina. What's going on with your lavender bush?
Hi, I have beautiful large lavender bushes that are all dying out in the center.
Oh, you have some old lavender bushes.
Well, they're probably about 5 or 6 years old.
Yep. Yeah, that's old.
That's old.
Lavender bushes are not really long-lived, and they'll start to die out in the center like that as they get older. Sometimes you can cut them back, and that will thicken them back up, and they'll do okay from that. Sometimes that doesn't work, and you just have to dig them out and replace them with fresh ones.
Is there one type of variety that lasts a little bit longer than others?
Not really, no.
Okay.
No, they're all about the same. We say, between 5 and 10 years is about how long you can get out of lavender. If you're getting more than 10 years out of it, come talk to me. You're doing something right, and I want to know.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's go to, hi, Sue. What's going on?
Hi there. I had a question. If I put salt around my plants, will that stop the slugs, or will that hurt the plants?
That will kill your plants.
Oh.
Yeah. Sodium in the soil is not a good thing.
Okay.
So, sodium and chlorine together. Yeah. It's good on the vegetables, but only after you harvest them.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Well, I guess that's the old tale of putting salt on a slug's tail, right?
Yes. Well, yeah. Have you ever done that?
Oh, it's pretty gruesome.
We won't describe that, but
you hear a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
All right, 776-5368. Hey, Mike, Gophers, huh?
Yeah. I'm sure you've answered this question before, but he's got an attitude, and he's probably the size of a medium dog, I'm thinking.
Can you say 20 gauge?
Yeah. Caddyshack comes to mind.
Can you say Western Roganator?
You may want to call Bob the Rodinator. He can come out there.
Yeah. There's a couple of things that you can do for gophers, that we carry. There's a granule product now called Molgo, and that seems to work really good for all of the ground burrowing type rodents. You got to put that on and water it in. It's got to get into that soil in order for it to work. So that's really important. Also, what's that?
You put that in the existing hole or what?
You just put it over the whole soil all the way around. So, if it's in your lawn, just cover the whole lawn with this and water it in. If it's in your shrub beds and things like that, you can put it all over. You just put it out like fertilizer and then water it in. There's also a liquid form of that also, so you can hook it to the hose and just go out and spray it. I've also had really good success with a very specific brand of the pulsating sound and vibration units, one called Mole Chaser, and they seem to work pretty good for keeping the moles and gophers out as well. But if you really want to have fun, call Bob, the Western Roganator, and he'll come out and explode them.
Good. Okay.
So, yeah, they're fun to watch.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
I had one of those things that vibrated,
Yeah.
And I put it alongside the house, and it'd go, But I put it too close to the foundation, and it was on the bedroom side of the house. I go, what is that? That's a big rattler. I couldn't figure out what that thing was, but didn't have any little critters running around.
Well, that's good.
But don't lay it up against the foundation of the house, because it does kind of make a funny sound to it.
Yeah, well, you want to keep it out in the open, because the more open area there is, the more coverage you're going to get.
All right. Hey, Melody, what's going on with your, what do you got here? Oh, you want to do, how often? Oh, to aerate a lawn. Hi.
Yes, I would like to know how often to aerate a lawn that has moss or, shade and acid.
Okay.
That creates that situation.
For aerating a lawn, we suggest that about every 3 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then it's a good idea if you've got poor soil.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea to rake up all of that stuff.
All the pellets.
All the little pellets, get rid of them, and then backfill with some sand and then a little bit of extra seed. Mm-hmm. And that will rejuvenate that lawn and get it going, and you'll have a much stronger lawn.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Tim Elbert's in the house, 776-5368. You still got a few moments left to get your phone call in, and somebody's going to win this Gaillardia. That thing right there. It's a beautiful plant. It's yellow and it gets big, and it takes full sun, and all you have to do is water it and enjoy it. Anyway, get your name in the hat. We'll be right back.
When you've got a serious leak, it's time for Leakender 2000. It fixes any leak fast, no matter what's leaking. Just spray it with Leakender 2000, and in minutes, the leak is sealed. Look, we'll cut this garden hose with a knife, then shut off the water and spray on Leakender 2000. Minutes later, the hose is as good as new. The cut is sealed. Leakender 2000 is a unique compound that fills and seals any crack or separation as it hardens. Why put up with gushing gutters, dripping drains, wet windowsills, and rain-soaked RVs? Leakender 2000 stops all those leaks, and it's yours for only $14.95. Call now and we'll double your order. We'll send you this giant-size can at no extra charge. Order now.
To order, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-445-0100 or send check or money order for $14.95 plus $5.95 shipping to the address on your screen. Call 1-800-445-0100.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Why are you still sitting on that couch? You know you could be out there cooking for a living. You speak food. That's why you got to call Le Cordon Bleu. They'll help get you out there with training in less time than you think. Sounds good, right? So grab your phone right now and call Le Cordon Bleu. They'll send you a complimentary career guide so you can see what it's really like to work in the culinary arts.
Call 1-800-761-0650 or text GOLCB25 to 94576. Call or text now.
Did you call yet?
Haiti. Behind the oppressive sun and noise, chaos and desperation are around every corner.
We're on the roof of Compassion Project here as being one of the most impoverished places in Port-au-Prince. Is that true?
A series of corrupt leaders, hurricanes, violence, and neglect have left the people with nothing.
It's not just giving the kids money. It's not even just giving them our relationship. The hope for this country is a generation of children who know Jesus.
Long Road to Redemption. 9 o'clock Saturday on the Dove TV.
Okay, somebody in the next 10 minutes or so is going to win this beautiful Glardia. It is gorgeous. It's a plant that will go all summer long with beautiful flowers. You can even cut them and bring them into the house. Takes full sun, kind of the ideal summer plant to have around. And the best way to get your name in the hat is call and ask Tim a question. He's here from the Four Seasons Nursery, and that's out on Highway 62. You get off on Vilas Road, go up a little bit. You can't miss it. All the beautiful flowers there and the hanging baskets. In fact, the hanging baskets you see in Central Point and Eagle Point come from the Four Seasons Nursery, also down around Vogel Park. And boy, they're just beautiful. Now they're starting to cascade down. And
yeah, they're
and what's the main flower in those? What do you call them?
Surfinia petunia.
Petunias, okay.
Yeah,
boy, they are beautiful. All right, let's see if we can get some phone calls going on here. Hi, Velma, what's up?
Oh, hi, Tim. I wanted to ask you, do you need to fertilize tomatoes?
Absolutely, yes.
And how often?
Well, you know, every 30 to 60 days, depending on what you use. We've picked up a new one by Espoma called Tomato Tone, and it is ideal for tomatoes. And I think it's about every 30 days on that. And you
so
can fertilize.
Is that an organic fertilizer?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot, Tim.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. All right. Hi, let's see if I can get Sherry. Hi, Sherry. What's going on with your lawn?
Yeah, I have planted a lawn for shade, and we took out our big oak trees, so now the lawn's mostly in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And just with the little bit of sun we've had this year, it seems to be burning it up. I'm wondering, should I just sow some, sun seeds in with the lawn, trying to get the more hardier lawn, or should I fertilize it more? And I'm on a sandy soil, so it takes a lot of water anyway.
Right, and it's going to take a lot more now that that tree's gone, because it's not, with the evaporation is going to be a lot higher. So you're going to need to increase your watering more than what you may even think, and
okay.
And then it would be a good idea to put some fresh seed down. The grass that's there is used to the shade, and so it has changed itself to adapt to that, and it's going to have a tough time readapting back to that sun.
Yeah, because just a little bit of sun we've had up to this point, it's looks like it's just dying. It's like hay,
Yeah. So it wouldn't be a bad idea.
With it. a lot of my plants are not happy. You know, they're not happy that we decided to take the tree out. You know, the rhododendron is looking a little burnt, and
yeah, that's that was a good friend of theirs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the tree was half dead. You know.
You're right.
And so it was about, I don't know, 5 stories high. You know, so
yeah, well,
it was a lot of shade for the yard, and so we're having a hard time and thinking about moving a lot of stuff. But the grass, I didn't know if we should start over, just reseed. You know?
You won't need to start over, but just cast some extra seed in. You know, mow a little short and then throw some extra seed down, and then keep it watered very regularly. And,
okay, so what about, can I over-fertilize it, or should I just not fertilize it and just try to do the new seed, or?
Well, you do want to fertilize. That's going to be important, but don't overdo it with the fertilizer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
You're
Sherry.
welcome.
All right, let's go to Kathy. Hi, Kathy. What's going on with your grapes?
Good morning, gentlemen. I actually bought a grape, dug a hole that was about 1.5 feet deep by 1 foot wide, and this was a bare root grape that I planted. I mounded it up in the center, mixed my regular clay soil with some Miracle Grow, planted it, watered it really good, and then watered it twice a week for about 3 weeks, and then the little leaves just shriveled up and died on me. So I'm wanting to know what I did wrong because I want to try it again.
I don't know. It sounds like you did everything right. So I couldn't tell you what you did wrong. Did the vine have leaves on it when you bought it?
It did.
And so if it had leaves on it when you bought it and then it was bare rooted, that could be the part of the problem. Because the root system is pretty sensitive during the time that those leaves are on. So if you if that was the case, then look to the place you purchased it from for replacement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try it again. Thank you.
Thanks,
Alrighty.
Kathy. All right, we're going to see if we can squeeze them all in here. Hi, Les. What's going on with your unhealthy pine trees?
Yeah, I've got some old growth pine trees on my property, and some of them are looking pretty unhealthy, and I wasn't sure if there was something that I could do to bring them back. They still have the green, on the very ends, but the inside of the trees and the lower branches are, the lower branches are, a lot of them are dead, and the inside of the trees, all the pine needles are falling off on the inside of the tree. So is there something for old growth pines that you can kind of bring them back that you know of?
No.
No?
For old growth pine, and any really well-established tree should be able to handle whatever on its own. And anything we do to try to change that, we could be causing more damage than good. So it's best to leave them alone. Just completely leave them alone. Don't give them any extra water. Don't give them any extra fertilizer. Don't give them anything. Just leave them alone. And hopefully they can recover on their own. If they can't, nothing you do is going to stop that anyways. So,
by any chance, is it dying at the top?
No, not at the top, but on the inside. A couple of them look really pretty spindly, and I'm going to have to probably have one cut down.
Yeah, you may want to check with a forester or something. They may have a little more experience with older growth timber, and they may be able to give you some suggestions as to what might be going on.
Okay.
There's a lot of lichen, the green moss on the lower branches, the branches that are dead, and I wonder if that's the problem.
No, that's just feeding on that exterior bark, and it's not hurting the tree at all. So that's not a problem. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good luck, Les. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
All right. Let's see. We might have to. What time is it? Okay. Destiny. Hi. What's going on with your ficus tree?
Oh, my niece gifted me a ficus benjamina, and it's in a pot that it's only like about 3 inches wide and maybe 4 inches tall, and the plant's about 1.5 feet or more tall. And there's no holes in the pot. And I lost a lot of leaves on it, but I have it in a sunnier place. But I want to transplant it into a bigger pot because I know it needs it.
Right.
But I'm afraid to because I don't want to kill it.
No, it sounds like you need to do it. It sounds like it's rotting in there.
Yeah, you definitely need to get it out of that container and into another. Just go one size larger. Don't go too fast. Just one size larger. Make sure that there's good drainage in that container.
Yeah.
Use an all-purpose potting soil and pack it in firmly. Be sure not to bury it any deeper than where it's at right now.
Yeah.
And it should do just fine. Water it thoroughly and let it drain, and it should recover and come out of that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had a tree before, and it lived for a couple years, and a friend brought it to me, and I killed it. So.
All right, well, get that transplanted, Destiny. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, have a great day.
Okay, you guys have a blessed day.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
All right, I got all the names in here.
Okay.
And somebody's going to win this Gaillardia, and it is beautiful. It's yellow, and it's going to get about 2 feet tall, and it's going to bloom all summer. And that person is.
That person is.
Drum roll, please.
That person is Tina.
Tina. All right, Tina, we'll be getting a hold of you, and you are the. She talked about the lavender bush. Well, she can replace the lavender bush.
There we go.
with the
With some Gaillardias.
Yeah, there you go. You know what's interesting? I did transplant a huge lavender bush, 2 of them, and I dug a hole and put them both in there, and they're kind of doing okay. But I'm hearing you say that when they start to die around the edges and on the inside, they're just done.
Yeah, you know, that happens on the inside when it starts to die off and they kind of flop open.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you look really closely at the branching in there, you might see some new buds appearing on that older growth.
Right.
If you see that, that's a good sign. Cut back all that other stuff. Just cut it back to stumps.
Okay.
And then that will flush up and come out nicely.
No, I don't see that.
But if you're not seeing that,
and they're big branches. You know, they're good size. You know.
Yeah, then there's a good chance that they're not going to continue on. The other thing that really makes them flop open a lot is excessive watering. So lavenders like it on the dry side. So keep them a little drier than you normally would, and they will live a little longer. That's something I probably should have said earlier too. You know, we say 5 to 10 years. 5 years if you're watering a lot. 10 years if you're not.
No, I didn't know that because that's probably my problem. I'm overwatering this thing.
Yeah, that can be a big thing.
I was afraid of transplanting it would dry out, so I kept just giving it water all the time.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
Killed with kindness.
Killed with kindness. All right. Well, anyway, I'll probably just dump those and keep with the smaller ones. But they are very prolific. They take off and go.
Yeah.
All right. What should we be doing with the lawn besides maybe increasing our water and cutting a little higher?
Yes, absolutely. And then also using a good slow-release fertilizer this time of year to carry it through summer.
Right. What are those numbers? What do they should be?
It should be 16-4-8.
16 and 4-8.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh.
And you want to make sure that nitrogen is slow-release nitrogen.
Okay.
So you look at the back of the bag and you look at the makeup of nitrogen. And ammonia is very quick release. You know, ammonia is a gas. And so if it's a very high ammonia nitrogen, you don't want that. So you want a urea or a water-insoluble nitrogen. And that nitrogen is going to last longer in that soil, and that'll feed that over a longer period of time. So less burning and longer acting.
All right. So, let's see here. What was my last question? Oh, when you have these things like this and this pot and it's going to be there all summer, do you fertilize these? Because sometimes everything runs out the bottom.
Yes, definitely. And anything in a container should be kept fertilized often. Now, there's some slow-release things you can put in that work. Fertilome makes one called Start and Grow that's really good. But I like to use the liquid-soluble fertilizers, the Fertilome, Geranium, Hanging Basket, and Pansy.
Okay.
Because I know that's going to get in through and feed them every watering or weekly.
All right. Thanks, Tim. And congratulations, Tina. And don't forget, the Four Seasons Nursery is open 8 to 6 every day out there on Highway 62. It's beautiful. Go in and say hi to the lovely family, the Elbert family, and just spend a lot of money. No, never. See you next time.
All right, thank you.
Happy Father's Day.